Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is a 5-time world powerlifting champion, one of the most entertaining guys in the powerlifting field, and we've interviewed him before, and we're going to get him back for a full-blown interview. The man I'm talking about is Scott Mendelson. Welcome.
Thank you, brother.
We've talked before, but a lot of people have been requesting you. When I get a lot of interview requests, I make sure I make it happen because that means that the fans want to see it. You're one of the more, I guess you could say, entertaining guys in the powerlifting world. And let's face it, powerlifters in general are much more entertaining than bodybuilders, probably because you guys eat a lot more, but and you don't have to diet as much.
A little bit more, yeah.
You've been around the scene a long time, and for a very long time, you held the all-time raw bench press record, which I think is one of the most impressive records in all of powerlifting because, a lot of these equipped, records, the equipment, it's how well you can use the equipment. To get under a bar and bench raw, to me, is like a real show of brute raw strength. And obviously, you had that over 700 pound, 715 pounds you had for a long time?
Right.
I mean, that was an incredible record. That was, it was just recent. I mean, it was very hard to break that record. Talk to me a little bit about what makes a great bench presser. Because you see, everyone wants to be a bench presser nowadays. What makes a great bench presser? Why is your body so perfect for that sport?
Well, it's not just the body. The physical is one thing, but the mental is really what it's all about.
Explain.
When you have that tremendous pressure coming down on you, people panic. I teach everybody it's about training your brain before your body.
Okay.
Am I the strongest guy in the world? Yeah. But are there guys stronger than me? Yeah, there are. But not mentally.
Interesting.
When that weight is coming down on you and it feels like your head's going to pop off like a zit, and your arms are going to break, it takes a certain kind of person to be able to stay in that itinerary and not make mistakes.
Now I know you also had the equipped bench press record at 275 pounds, which was 1031. That's over 1,000 pounds. What's more scary, when you're using equipment and you're bench pressing over 1,000, or when you're actually raw benching over 700?
I mean, to be honest with you, equipped lifting is much more challenging. It's harder than raw lifting.
Why?
Because the equipment has to be made for an exact specific weight. If you're 3 pounds over, you can't get the shirt to touch for a press call.
Oh wow!
And if you're 3 pounds under, you get no pop out of the shirt. So it's an exact science as to where when it's raw, and I'm not taking anything from raw. I love lifting. I don't give a shit what it is.
Yeah.
But and I'm the only guy in the world to hold the equipped and the raw record at the same time. Yeah. That's it. Me only. That's amazing. In the history of the world.
Right.
And I still hold the 308 world record at 701. Wow. As well as the 275 world record geared at the 1031. But holding over 1,000 pounds in your hand is better than fucking. It's it's unbelievable. It is a feeling of godliness. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. It's raw lifting's easy. You sit down and you do it, and your body has to be built up, your brain has to be set. But, when I'm benching over 1,000 pounds, 1,050, 1,100, and that weight's coming down, I don't feel my forearms, the muscle. I feel the bones flexing in my arms. So if there's one mistake, if I panic, both my arms snap like twigs.
Wow.
And you've seen it on plenty of occasions where guys' arms are breaking.
Yeah, I never thought about that, Scott. It's interesting you bring that up because when we see a bar that's loaded with a certain amount of weight, the bar bends. That's metal. Our bones have to. I didn't even think about the fact that the bones are probably bending as well under that kind of pressure, especially 1,000 pounds. Wow, never thought about that.
They are. They're flexing. They're moving around, but you have to understand, physics. What the angles of your bones can take and what they can't take. And, when you look at a bench presser on a max level, I mean, any real lifter, squat, bench, whatever, on a real level, their placement of their body is very crucial.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their arms have to be at a certain angle. It's a lot of hip drive. I don't bench from my arms. I bench from my hips.
You do. Interesting. I didn't even think of that. So you're actually driving from your legs, huh?
I've blown my quads. When I won the Arnold, I blew my quad, and I blew it on one other occasion in the gym.
Wow.
So, you're dealing with max effort, and it's not, you're looking at, when you talk about a power lifter, it's not just, it's a bench press and you're using your chest. We are using the entire chain of our bodies. Mm-hmm. To squat, it's the entire chain.
Yeah.
You look at a squatter, and these guys that are bodybuilders are like, I'm squatting, I'm doing a quad exercise. It's not a quad exercise. It's your hamstrings and your glutes and your hips.
Right.
So it's a different way to look at things. So, the biggest, strongest joint in your body is what?
Your legs, I would think. Your hip joint, right?
No, joint. Your
hip
hips.
joint.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you'd want to apply that pressure in any compound lift that you're attempting.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're using your whole body.
Like Ronnie Coleman, I saw him years ago at an expo. I told him, I said, Ronnie, you're gonna fuck your head. You're gonna ruin yourself by the way you squat. He's squatting 900 pounds with his knees forward. Right. And I love Ronnie, but he looked at me and commented, yeah. Dude, I knew this shit was gonna happen.
You did, really? Did you knew it was because of the way he was? Because I always knew, just intuitively, when I squatted, I had a good squat. I was able to squat about 750. I always opened my knees up, and you really use those adductors and the glutes. Was that the right way to squat?
Yeah, but you got to understand, rule of thumb, and you can ask any of the greatest lifters in the world, Dave Hoff, he'll call you right now.
Right.
Rule number one, never ever let your knees pass your toes.
Yeah.
Period.
Right. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, you do that, and Ronnie was taking 900 pounds for a ride all the time in gear. using squat suits,
right.
I mean, and no taking him. That is the baddest motherfucker I ever seen in my life, bro. The thickness that he had, he was just the most incredible bodybuilder I ever seen. And look, I know Sean Roder, and he's a good friend of mine. I love him, and I'm so glad. Hey, Sean, congratulations on your win. I told you in the gym, but now that I'm on an interview, I'm gonna tell you so the whole world can hear it. You're a bad motherfucker, and you worked your ass off. And I watch you every day, and you deserve what you got. I love you, brother.
Does Sean train at your gym?
He's at Venice. We train at Venice Gold together.
Okay.
Even though I own Mendy's gym,
yeah,
I train at Venice 5-6 days a week.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Well, at my own gym, every 5 minutes, Mendy. I can't focus.
Right.
So I leave and I do all my support work, my bodybuilding at Venice, at my other home.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this question. It's got to be a pretty religious experience, I would imagine, when you're about to get under 1,000 pounds on a bench press. I mean, I can't imagine how do you psych yourself up for that? What do you say to yourself as you're getting ready and you're putting your equipment on and you're preparing to get under that bar? I remember how nerve-wracking it was when I would squat, over 700 pounds. It was like, you had to really get into a zone. What do you do? What are the steps that you take before you're getting under that bar?
All right, the first thing I do is puke my fucking brains out.
Really? Before they lift, you puke?
Every time. I thought it would stop and I'd master it. I'm getting ready, and it's like the one time I'm like, I feel good today. All right. And one of my crew sits a trash can beside me. And I'm down, and I'm like, ah! That's rule number one. That gets me psyched off the bat.
Yeah.
As far as what's going through my head, all these numbers that we're doing on the platform, we've done in the gym a million times.
Right.
So in my mind, that weight is already done.
Gotcha.
It's not a matter, I'm not trying anything. There are 2 words in my gym you cannot fucking say. You can say fuck all day long, but don't say can't, and don't say try.
Right.
Because what try is an escape word for your failure.
Gotcha.
And
you're right.
It really does manifest a mental. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. It's you're putting a negative into your mind right off the bat, and there's no way you're going to be able to accomplish it.
100%. So when I go out there, that weight's already done before I even get on the platform. I mean, it's already a finished thing in my mind.
Right.
I don't have, everybody has like walkout songs they do. I don't hear shit. I don't hear nothing. It's like, I see a tunnel, and I go into this zone and I do my thing.
And that's it. It's that simple. Is it like a meditative state almost you go into?
Any what?
Is it like a meditative state you think you're in almost?
I believe it is. And what I do is I can slow my heart down with my breathing.
Right. Interesting.
And I used to get psyched up, like psyched so hard before I got to the platform. And by the time I got to the platform, I was flat.
You were exhausted, right? From it.
Yeah. I was already fried. So what I decided was just maintain a total calm. And when I step on that fucking platform, it's nuclear war.
Right. Have you ever had any major...
And by the way, I'm making this announcement back now.
Okay.
I'm benching again.
You are?
And I'm coming back after February.
50 years old, huh? You're the same age...
Everybody up.
Are you the same age as me, 50?
Huh?
You're 50 like I am, right? We're the same age.
I'll be 50 in February.
Oh, okay. I'm a year older than you. What's your birthday? February what?
About 4 weeks ago, I put 1,020 up.
Wow.
I'm not benching now because I'm leaving to Poland next Tuesday on the 13th. I'm going to arm wrestle a pay-per-view event in Rumia, Poland. It's called Vendetta. And, it'll be live streamed, and
wow.
I'm getting paid a good chunk of money and free airfare, hotel, and
wow.
I'm going up against a guy named Alex Kordeka.
Really?
He's a pro football player in Poland. He's one of the best guys in the world. Of course, on my first pay-per-view, they put me up against the Titan.
I didn't even know you arm wrestled, Scott.
I'm a professional arm wrestler, and I took 5th place at the Arnold this year. I beat one of the #1 guys in the world, Michael Todd, and
wow.
I got cheated. And then it was a mistake by the ref, and then he went on later and said, hey, I made a mistake, but I put that match online, and I got a pay-per-view contract.
Wow.
So I'm bringing my fat ass to Poland on Tuesday, and I'm fucking some shit up.
What do you weigh these days, by the way?
Right now, I'm about 317.
Wow. And how tall are you?
Huh?
How tall are you?
I used to be 6'1" until I lost my ankle.
Yeah. What happened? Someone told me you have an ankle that's 2 inches shorter than the other one?
Yeah. I wear a boot when I bench or I arm wrestle. I got in a car accident. I had 13 surgeries. They took my ankle out, and then I broke about 25 more world records after that and won 3 more world championships. So, it's funny. I'm a permanent handicap.
Really?
And, I got my blue plaque, bro. I don't pay for parking.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I should say lucky you or not lucky you, but...
You know what? Hey, let me tell you something. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
You get fucked up, you could be at a coffee table telling everybody how you could have been a contender,
right.
Or you can get off your fat ass and make the best of life.
You're right. Yeah, can you squat with that ankle?
No, what I do is I just use a super squat now, but I go over 1,000 pounds for 20, 30 reps.
You do with that ankle?
Yeah, well, I put a weight underneath one of my feet to even me out. I got no flexion, so I can't point my toe anymore. So I'm pretty fucked up, but you know what? I get my ass up every day.
Wow.
And I go, okay, I can make it to that hot shower. And I limp into the shower, and I walk out pretty well. So,
you believe in the old adage, I'd rather burn out than fade away, I'm sure. That's
100%, bro. I'm into making the most out of my life. Mm-hmm. Look, if I died right this second, and I've said it on video before, I don't regret anything I've done in life. I am the most blessed motherfucker in the world. There are richer dudes than me, and I want their money, but you know what? They all want what I got.
Is it true that you used to grow marijuana? That you had a dispensary?
I owned dispensaries, but the state of California decided that they didn't want Scott Mendelson in the medical marijuana field.
Really? They kicked you out?
They arrested me and fucking blew the door off my dispensary with
an
explosive charge and shot my dog 4 times.
What? When was this?
Oh, yeah. They fucking totally illegally fucking nailed me. And I was training cops. I had a 25,000 square foot gym.
Right.
And I had the dispensary coming off the side of the gym.
Wow.
I had a 50 light grow on the second floor, and I would have been fucking Rockefeller. It's like, dude, sometimes you got to take chances.
Yeah.
I got into the field like right when it happened.
Oh, too early.
I had an original license, and it just wasn't that time yet.
Right.
And it pretty much ruined my fucking life. I had to short sell my house, and, I had to do what I had to do. It's the American dream, bro. But you know what? If you don't try, you'll never know if you can.
Can you imagine if you would do it, if you had that today? You'd like you said, you'd be Rockefeller, because now it's that's where all the money is now in medical marijuana.
You know what? I'm in the gym business. I'm doing okay. I'm paying my bills, and I'm a happy motherfucker, and I don't got to look behind my shoulder. And you know what? Now I opened a nutrition store in my gym with the sergeant at Van Nuys Police Station.
That's awesome.
His name's Carl Taylor. It's called Taylor Sports Nutrition.
That's
so
awesome.
I now have a nutrition store we're stocking in my place, and
awesome.
Things are going well, and I got a lot of cops. And, look, I went into that business because, I got in an accident, and they hooked me on Vicodin coming out of the hospital. I weaned myself off, and I thought, look, this medical marijuana thing's going on. It's better than having these guys on pills and all these other drugs.
Absolutely.
So I went into it thinking that it was going to be something big, and, it didn't turn out in my favor, but that's how it goes.
Were you making money while you were actually doing it?
I was making like 15, 20 grand a day, but I was dumping it all back in,
Wow. That's great. Too bad. I'm sorry to hear that it didn't work out.
All the fucking money,
Well, you know what? You obviously had a great idea, because now everyone's doing it. So, well, not everyone, but there are people that are successful.
You know what? Good luck to them.
Yeah.
I just want to break records and break arms, and that's what I'm doing.
Now, let me ask you this question. I also heard that you used to train a lot of porn stars. Is that true?
I used to, yeah.
Which porn? Anyone we know?
The porn business isn't really in California anymore.
I know. Who did you train? Anyone well known?
I trained Tom Byron, Christy Canyon.
Oh, wow.
Rob Black. I don't know their names.
How did you become the porn star guy? The trainer.
My thing is this. I can't jerk off. My arms are too big. The tapes really didn't do much for me, That's why I have multiple women. You know what I
mean? That's great. But how did you become the porn star trainer? I mean, how does one do that?
My stepdad's brother was a guy named Ed Powers.
Okay.
And he made these things called Dirty Debutantes.
Uh-huh.
And it was a porn line. He became a millionaire. He did pretty well for himself.
Uh-huh.
But, the porn stars knew me through my uncle, and I don't pass judgment. Look, they're people like everybody else.
Sure.
And they need to be in shape, and they need to know what the fuck they're doing, so I was their man.
Gotcha.
And that's how I got into it. And, look, hey, everybody has to make a living, whether you're sucking dick or owning gyms or doing muscle mag interviews, everybody's got to pay the bills, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And I don't pass judgment, you know what I mean? As long as they're not hurting anybody or doing something that's like, against what I believe in, I'm fine with it. So God bless them all, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, is it true that back in the maybe even still to this day, I don't know, but back in the day, I heard that you were a big Anadrol 50 advocate.
Oxymethylone? I don't even know what that
is. Is it true that you used to take 20 of those a day?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Come on, man. This is RXMuscle, man.
Fuck you, Dave. Next question.
I heard 20 a day. Is that true?
Yes.
Wow. How are you able to eat taking that many? I used to take 50 milligrams and I couldn't eat a single thing. My appetite was completely dead from it.
Next subject, Dave.
Now, I also understand that you were into a lot. You had some great bikes and cars back in the day.
I still do.
What do you have?
I have two GSX-R 1000s, one stretched with nitrous.
Wow.
The other one's a full track bike that won the Toyota 200 that I basically put plastic on with turn signals, groove the tires because they're slicks.
Wow.
And it's on the street. And I got a chopper that one of my boys built that won the Easy Rider show first place.
Shit.
I got a 66 Chevelle with 1,500 horsepower.
Oh, my God.
I got an Excursion, a 9-inch raise, all done up with a V10.
That's awesome.
And I just got an SS Camaro that a company, Anderson Composites, which I love the fuck out of you guys for hooking me up, gave me a complete carbon fiber setup, so my whole car is carbon fiber.
Wow.
Supercharger and everything will be there soon, about 800 to the rear wheel.
Oof.
And, so I don't have a crack habit or bars, or I don't go out. I don't do shit. I got to have some enjoyment, and that's it.
How fast have you gone on that bike? That's what I want to know.
The stretched one, it's got a 300 tire on the back. And I'll check this out. One of my fans said, "Mendy, I'm your biggest fan." He was a pro football player in Colorado.
Right.
Had a place called Mile High Superbikes, and he built me a $50,000 fucking rocket.
Wow.
And the rims are 45-pound weight plates.
Oh my God! Really?
A commemorative bench press bike.
Wow. You have pictures of that on your Instagram or something like that?
No, but I'll put it up.
Yeah, you got it. I want to see that. That's fucking nuts.
I don't like showing my shit off a lot because
people are jealous.
I'm not one of those show-off dudes.
I know. People are jealous too. You know that.
Guns and fucking cash and cars and dude, you want to fucking know about me? Go watch my videos.
Is it true that you turned down a Weider contract early in your career?
No.
Okay. I was told that you were approached by Weider and you didn't want to do what they wanted you to do or something like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You suck. Come on, man.
Full disclosure. Fuck you, Dave. Fuck you.
These are people telling me that I got my sources.
I don't care what people told you.
There's no Weeders anymore. The Weeders are gone.
Question.
All right. You don't want to talk about it. All right. Let me see my next question I want to ask you. What do you think about this Larry Wheels guy that's out there? I mean, this guy's setting some pretty impressive records. Are you impressed by him?
You know what? Honestly, I haven't been really watching shit lately because I've been into arm wrestling. So I really don't know a lot about him. I know he's a strong guy, and I'm going to smoke him soon. But other than that, that's all I know. Larry, I'm coming for your ass.
Really? And now in all lifts or just bench press are you doing?
Bench press. I can't do anything else.
All right. Now, what ultimately, will you try to re-break that raw bench press record, or are you sticking with just equipment for now?
No, my pec blew. I know you know about that when I blew my pec, so I don't go over 500 raw anymore.
Now,
those days are done.
How did you tear your pec? I remember that picture. What a brutal picture.
I was breaking my world record over at Super Training at Mark Bell's, and I brought the weight out. The guy on the left dropped the weight on me, so my elbow flared out. And I should have racked it, but when you're in that moment, shit happens, and the weight wasn't heavy for me. So I took it down, and you're supposed to have your elbows tucked in.
Right.
I couldn't get my left elbow tucked, and when I threw it up, my left elbow flared, and my pec just went.
Did you tear that completely off?
It came off the shoulder, yeah.
And you had surgery on that? Is it replaced?
No, I didn't repair it. I got a dip in my pec.
Oh, so it can't be. It wasn't a complete tear, in other words.
No, it came off, bro. But the tendon did not tear.
Oh, it was an intramuscular tear. I got you.
Yeah, it was just a muscle tear.
Does that affect your strength on the bench press at all?
Only raw.
Okay, so with the equipment is, you're right. So when you're using that the bench shirt,
that's my pec.
Yeah, that's now your pec. Exactly. People don't realize that. It's the rest of your body that's lifting the weight, is what you're saying.
Right.
Wow.
See, people don't understand that when you bench, you don't bench off of your pec. You bench from your whole entire body. Your back, your quad, your hamstrings, your glutes.
Yeah.
That body drive, it's a whole system. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's got to be scary, though, because that's the only time you had a major injury, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've had some biceps tear, but not ravel up. Just,
Does that mess with your head for a while right after you tear a pec?
Well, I mean, the recovery was, I went to some good guys like Michael Camp in New York.
Yeah, sure, I know Mike. He did work to me.
Yeah, Jeff Metcalf, who rest in peace in Venice. And those guys helped put me back together. It was nothing fucking easy. I mean, the only reason I came back was sheer will. I tell everybody in life, if you want to be the best that you can be, You have to die and go to hell.
Yeah.
And then you need to make hell your heaven. And if you can do that, then you can do anything you need to in this fucking world. And that's why, I'm known for never giving up.
Right.
I will never fucking give up. I will never fucking stop. I will make sure. Hold on, my phone's ringing. Give me a second here.
Yeah.
It was my sister, Shauna Mendelson.
I know Shauna very well from New York.
Shauna, I'll get back to you in a minute. Anyway, it's all about the will to come back. God damn it! Hold on a second.
Tell her I said hello.
Hey, Shauna. I'm on an interview with Dave Palumbo. Say hi to Dave. You're live right now, Shauna.
What's up, Shauna?
Shauna's at the WPO. She's about to fuck the world up. So she's in Florida right now.
Oh, she's in my.
I would have been there, yeah.
She's in my
Shauna,
neck of the woods.
Call you back. I love you.
I love you too. Have fun.
Bye.
She's still
Sorry,
going too. She's got a lot of good powerlifters she's working with in New York now, huh?
Yeah, my sister's the real deal, bro.
Yeah,
The
I've
real
seen her.
deal. She's gonna show something that's and she's ready to rumble right now.
You guys got what genetics the two of you have been given in that family? Are your parents very strong?
Yeah, my father was a football player. My grandfather was Rocky Marciano's stablemate in boxing.
Really? Interesting.
So I used to be a fighter before I was a lifter.
Boxer?
Yeah, I hit a guy with a hook in the head and busted a piece of bone off my shoulder.
Did you really? Oh shit.
Yeah, and then I just I went with bench press. It broke off in a different part, so it didn't bother me.
Wow, that's pretty strange. Pretty
Dude,
nuts.
you know what? I don't ever scratch myself. It's either fucking gnarly or it doesn't happen. It really sucks because I'd like to be scratched once in a while and just walk away.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me ask you this question, Scott. You're going to be 50 years old this in 2019.
Yeah.
Do you worry about your health at all at this point? Because I know I hit a certain point where I started feeling mortal. When I was bodybuilding, I was over 300 pounds. I felt like invincible. And then the injuries start, creeping in a little bit. And I start saying, you know what? Maybe it's not a great idea to be 300 pounds, for the rest of my life. Does that ever creep into your head?
You want to know something? I was 390 before.
Are you really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. My biggest, I was 390. I mean, Rich Piana was like, dude, you're too fucking big. You're going to.
Rich
You're gonna die, bro. You're too big, and then look who's fucking dead now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't drink, I don't smoke,
right.
I don't party, I don't go out. Mm-hmm. All these things that all these guys were on pills and alcoholics and all this shit. I never did.
Right.
I go to the doctor regularly. I go to the man clinic. Mm-hmm. I get my blood tested. I get everything done. I'm in tip-top shape. I had a cardio scan. No damage to my heart whatsoever.
Crazy. Wow.
Well, I do 5 to 6 hours of cardio every week.
Oh, you do? So you're a big cardio
and
person.
I have, what I tell everybody, the cardio is what keeps you alive.
Now, Scott, what do you eat on a regular basis? You're so big. If I did that much cardio, I would disappear. You obviously have the kind of metabolism that your body wants to build muscle and holds it.
I mean, I honestly think it has a lot to do with myostatin.
You think you have no myostatin? I think so too.
I think that's really, really what it is. Like some dudes can just, I don't have thin joints, if I'm not on nothing, I'm 260 pounds, 270 pounds.
Yeah, so you're just a naturally big guy. Yeah.
So it's like at this point, my health is most important to me, and that's why I'm not 380 right now.
Right.
I was 390 about 3-4 years ago, and I was like, you know what? Nothing's wrong with me, but there's a thing called writing your own book or having it written for you.
You want to write your own
book. Yeah, if you write your own book, you have some kind of control.
Uh-huh.
If the book's written for you, it's not going to be the ending that you want.
No, you're right. That's very right. That's why I ask you these questions, because you do start to feel your mortality. You see guys dropping, I know you were good friends with Rich Piana. You see guys like him dropping. Yeah, sure, he was a little more involved with the party side of the sport, but still, it comes into your wheelhouse. You start thinking, well,
Well, look, Rich didn't take care of himself, bro.
No, I know that.
You know, he was filled up with those implants and that PMMA, and
Right.
I mean, who the fuck knows what all that PMMA did to him?
True.
You know, maybe a piece of that went to his fucking heart. I mean, you don't know what happened to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, like when my pec blew, he's like, bro, we can get that back. You won't even notice it. And I was like, you know what, dude? Why don't you keep your PMMA and I'll be over here with a hole in my chest. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm good. You know, me and Rich didn't see. I love Rich, and I'm not talking shit about him because he was my brother, you know. But I'll tell you like it was. Rich was a dick, you know, and Rich wanted everything his way, and you know, we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Look, I respect the fuck out of him. I think what he did was an empire, and he did incredible things, and he helped a lot of people. But, you know, as far as our friendship, I didn't hang out with him towards the end because I really didn't like him. You know, he was a prick.
Yeah. In what sense was he a prick to you?
You know, like one time he walks in my gym and he's like, you run your gym like shit. I just let everybody in for free. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, dude, you got fucking $20 million, bro. What the fuck do you want me to do, bro? And then, like, we're at Venice Gold's, like, shortly before when he was with the fucking bimbo, the blonde chick.
Yeah.
I don't know, the Viking bitch or whatever. You know, and he's, like, talking shit to me. We're over in the food area. I'm with my boy, and I'm like, you know what? You know what people want to see? And I tell my boy, hit the fucking camera. I go, you know what people want to see? And he goes, what? I go, they want to see me knock your fucking ass out, bro. You fucking dick. I'm like, you talk all this shit. I'm so sick of your fucking bullshit, bro.
Wow.
I'm all, shut the fuck up or let's just get down right here. I go, I'll even let you hit me once or twice. And he's like, bro, you know, it's not going to be like that. And I go, you know what, now that I think of it, you're right. I'm not going to let you hit me once or twice. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up, bro.
Wow.
So I walked away, and then I see him at North Hollywood Gold's like 4 days later, and he comes up and gives me a hug.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I'm sorry. And I go, dude, I love you, bro. I go, you're just don't be a fucking dick, bro. I mean, dude, I know you're fucking famous now and the whole thing, but I don't care who the fuck you are. You're my boy. It's like we're friends. You know, when it comes down to it, it's like we're all bros. We all grew up together. We're in this together.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. You know, when I was a kid, I went up to Reggie Jackson when I was a kid with my grandfather, you know, and I wanted an autograph.
Yeah.
And he turned me down.
Wow.
And I cried, and my grandfather was a pro boxer, you know.
Yeah.
He goes, Scott, you know, you're going to do something one day. Remember how you feel.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why unless I'm about to lift, I know you motherfuckers always come up to me when I'm about to break a world record. I fucking get a clue. But you know what? When a kid walks up to me with his dad and he says, Mr. Mendelson, can I have your autograph? And he's like in tears and the father's looking at me, I will never, ever make a child feel like that motherfucker made me feel.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I have the same thing. I never ever turn down. People always say, I can't believe you answer all these questions and you always take time to talk to people. I said, because you know what? The one person I don't do that with will completely judge me wrong, and that's not who I am. And you know what? It's more important that I sit and talk to these people and answer their questions than anything else I'm doing. And that's just how
100%, brother.
That's
100%.
how I just see it in my head. Because if I can change one life doing that, steer the direction of their career and what their aspirations are just by taking a little time, then you know what? Then who's better than me? That's the greatest gift I can give them.
Hey, bro, you know how I got into weightlifting?
Yeah.
I went to prison.
Oh, that's where you started weightlifting, huh? I didn't know that.
One of my friends almost killed this dude, and I didn't snitch him off. I did 3.5 years in YA.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. 3.5 years.
And when I got there, that's where I started lifting weights, and everybody was like, hey, what are you in for? And I'm like, oh, I didn't do it. And they're like, yeah, sure you didn't do it.
Yeah.
We're all innocent. I was like, fuck this. All right, whatever. I did it. And when I got out, my friend killed himself.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, all that time. But you know what? It's like weird. I don't know if you believe in God or what people believe in, a higher power or whatever. But there's a pathway that everybody's put on. And if I did not go to prison, I would not be sitting here talking to Dave Palumbo right now.
True. Yeah.
It's weird. So, you know, that weights and this field straightened my life out and gave me purpose and made me who I am today. And forever, I thank God that happened to me, that I'm part of this family, because, dude, you know, being a part of our group, I'm friends with Dex, I'm friends with Sean, I'm friends with MMA fighters, I'm friends with fucking, a bunch of people, and we're all one crew, man. And it's like, if you're blessed enough to be able to be entered into our crew, it is something that you forever will cherish.
Yeah. It's a brotherhood. It's definitely an iron brotherhood, for sure.
It's the brotherhood, yeah, 100%.
Scott, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule and talking to us. It was a really entertaining, very enlightening interview, and I want to just wish you the best of luck. When are you getting under that platform again?
After February, because I turned 50, and that's when it all means something.
All right, and what's the record you're going for at 50 years of age?
It'll be over 1,000.
Wow. Has anyone over 50 done it?
Hell no. I did it the 1,031 at 40.
Wow.
And I have the all-time world record masters for that, which probably will never be blown. But, you know, I'm still going to fuck everybody up in the open class, but I'm just going to have that little extra, something to put on my ARP application.
Sure. Let me ask you this question. Who do you think is the greatest powerlifter of all time? All around and in the bench alone.
In the bench?
Yeah, and all over, and all around too. Both.
Well, I would say all around is Dave Hoff. That's my brother.
Really? Okay.
You know? Yeah, I actually coached him to bench over 1,000, so
wow.
He's in the crew of 5 because of me.
Mm-hmm.
And in the bench, I would have to say me.
There you go. That's fine, man. I'll buy that.
Watch this. When I say it, watch my face.
I agree. I'll tell you why I agree with that. Because you have the raw and the equipped.
I'm the only man in the world to ever have both.
Yeah, that to me says that you're a true bench presser. I really believe that, because if you can do both, it's not, because the equipped one is, like you said, there's a lot of technique involved, and then the raw, it's just raw strength. So you can do both. So you obviously have something that everyone else doesn't have at this point.
Yeah.
So
second best, I would have to say Ryan Kennelly.
Yes, Ryan was very impressive back in the day. I don't know if he's still benching or not, but he had some.
He's doing his thing. He's a wonderful guy.
I love him. Yeah.
And me and him have had countless battles that were just ridiculous.
You guys went back and forth when you were setting the records back in the day, right?
Dude, I broke the all-time when I hit 875 at Venice, and I was like 100 pounds ahead of the whole world.
Yeah.
I called him up and told him what to do.
Oh, you did? Really?
Because I was bored. I was like, dude, take this, do this. And he was like, okay, bro. And next thing you know, we were fucking killing it over 1,000.
I remember I was in Hawaii doing a guest appearance, and he was there. I think he was 19 years of age, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to break the bench press record. I'm like, you are? And he was asking me a million questions. He was a young guy, and he went on a tear there for a while, I remember. It was crazy.
He drove me to where no other human had ever driven me. Him and my ex-fucking wife. You know what I mean? My ex-wife, I hit 900 pounds, and she's like, all right, you hit 900, but you're never going to hit 1,000. Is that right, bitch? Is that right? So thank you, Marcel.
That is fun. Yeah, women have a way of pushing us to places we never thought possible because they aggravate us. But sometimes that's necessary. You got to come out of that comfort zone. I think too many people get stuck in a comfort zone and they never are able to progress in anything they do in life because of that.
Yeah.
So, Scott, thank you so much for the interview.
I qualified for the Arnold in March. I'm arm wrestling there.
Yeah, so that's going to be exciting too.
At the Arnold, come say hi to me, Dave.
I absolutely will. And what if people want to get in touch with you? Best way?
You can get in touch with me at Mendy's Gym at 818-616-3161, or you can give me an email at mendysgym@gmail.com. I do online training for arm wrestling, for lifting, for weight loss, bodybuilding, anything you want to do, and I do it worldwide. So you can email me or give me a call, and I'd be glad to work with you guys. I've taken fucking 90 pounds off myself in 16 weeks. I know how to do it. So whatever you guys need done, and healthy, that's the main thing, is you want to think about the big picture, people.
Sure.
All right, so Dave, I love you, brother.
All right, love you, man. Thanks so much.
It's great to see you again.
Yeah, appreciate the honesty. And that's going to take to the end of another episode of Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. I'm Dave Palumbo, and we'll see you next time. That was great.